Hello, everybody.
Hello, Governor.
Hello.
It is good to be with you once again on this quiet evening. Uh, you guys having a pleasant evening?
Yeah, man, having a blast as always.
Just got home myself, so it's nice.
Okay. Well, we are gathered here today. By the way, I'm Juan here with Mark,
How you?
Kevin,
How do you do?
and we like movies. And before I impolitely interrupted myself, I was saying we are gathered here today to preview the next film, the next one in line, and it's my pick. And I was put on the spot. I had not deliberated beforehand uh, with my trusty movie list. So, so I went with my gut. I went with my instinct and selected the 2006 film starring a pudgy Ryan Gosling,
Gee,
Lars,
it's so harsh.
Lars and the Real Girl. I mean, of all his time in Hollywood and all the movies he's done, this is the pudgiest he's ever been.
The meatiest.
But yes, the movie is Lars and the Real Girl. We've all watched the trailer. Like I said, it's my pick. I have seen this movie before. I've seen it once, a long time ago. I really enjoyed it, and it's always stuck with me. And so this is the reason that it was on my list because I wanted to revisit it, and I think it's a fun time knowing that Mark and Kevin have never seen it. Um,
Correct.
so
Right. I thought when you announced it, I thought I had seen it. When I was watching the trailer, I was like, no, I think I just remember the movie poster for this movie
yeah,
because none of it looked familiar when I was watching the trailer.
so that gives me all the tingles. But I guess yeah. Let me tell you what I can say about the movie is that Ryan Gosling plays a man who may or may not be going through some type of psychotic episode,
hmm
or rather psychological episode, I'll say, um, and ends up buying uh, a uh, a sex doll, basically from the internet, um, but pretending that it's a real person and that it's his girlfriend and that they're in love. And it's basically like how the people in his life and his community um, process and deal with that, as well as his process through that. That's all I'll say. But yeah, Mark, let's hear from you first, big guy. What did you think of the trailer? What do you know about this movie, and what are you anticipating?
It's funny, like Kevin, I remember the title of the movie very clearly, and a part of me was like, I've watched that. But upon searching the trailer and watching it, I was looking at this going, yeah, I just remember this was a movie that was made. I had no idea what it was about. I had no idea who was in it. So I don't know why this went under my radar. I guess I don't know. There was something about the trailer I just didn't like. I don't remember, honestly. But it seemed like a little funny movie about a man and his doll. Um, But yeah, it was just kind of funny how I thought I know so much about this movie, but upon watching it, I realized I knew nothing at all.
That's so interesting. It's almost like both of you were in a car accident. Maybe you did watch this and you were both in a car accident, and the only thing that was affected was your memory of this movie. So now it's like you you
Man, maybe, man.
you have memories of watching it, but you can't recall them anymore.
What's that? What's that syndrome like with Shazam? How there was a movie with Sinbad that doesn't exist. I
Oh,
feel
Oh,
like that's what
the
this is.
Mandela effect.
the
There
Mandela
we go.
effect. Yeah.
I feel like that's what this was. Because I'm telling you, when you said that, I just nodded my head in approval. Oh, okay, cool, yeah, I've seen that. So
Could be, man.
yeah,
Could be.
I hit play and was whoa, yeah, I don't remember this at all. I especially I did not remember at all that it had Ryan Gosling for sure.
Really.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's kind of bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this used to be a book, I think, too, right?
That I do not know. Might have
Because
been.
I'm thinking maybe I knew about the book for so long, and
Oh
then
no,
I
th-
just
this was actually not a book. This was actually
not a book. Okay,
no. The lady wrote it like from her like an experience working with lonely men in like internet shops.
classic. Well, yeah, even more reason for me to go. Yeah, a part of my life is missing because I don't remember this at all.
And then I will go further. Like I remember distinctly the poster, him sitting on the couch with the dog. I can picture it
The
like I
big
just
poster.
watched it. But when I watch this trailer, when I tell you, I don't think I've ever seen the trailer before in my life. Like nothing looks familiar in the scenes, and I was like, this is really weird. Like I could swore I've seen it, and
Right.
I don't know if I'm getting confused because the poster is similar to like Lost in Translation a little bit or something, or
Well, it's like
no,
that era, right? And there's always like
yeah,
every era
Yeah.
has like these similar posters. They all
yeah.
copy
So
each other.
I don't know what I mixed it up with, and I remember the premise. I remember thinking this sounds like a really good like indie movie, like a quirky indie movie, like a guy falls in love with a sex doll. I'm like, oh, it's probably gonna be really sweet, and I don't know why I never saw it. I don't know why I never got it. I just did it.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
baffling to me.
Do you ever remember me talking about the movie?
You might have mentioned it.
I
Like
don't.
I can't remember any parts of the conversation. I could probably think I knew you had seen it, which again leads me to think I thought I had seen it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't talk about it enough. I blame this on you.
I guess not.
Ooh,
You should have talked about it more.
because you talked a lot about the arrival. I can tell you that.
The Arrival?
Or arrival. Sorry.
Okay. Um, Mark, does our old pal Nick still listen to the podcast?
I don't know. Now that you're shouting him out, I might hear something about it. But I don't know if he stuck around to season 3.
Because he would appreciate this pick. I know he likes this movie and is a big Ryan Gosling fan. But
Interesting. I'll have to send it to him then in case he's not.
was there any part of the trailer that stuck out to you guys? Um, I actually I remember a lot about this movie. But again,
Hmm.
I've only seen it once, but I just felt it's very memorable. I did, however, perfectly remember the doll's name, which is Bianca. I definitely remembered that. And then,
Yeah.
but as I was watching the trailer, like I remember the therapist being involved, and I forgot that they like tried to set him up with another girl. So there was definitely some things that I remembered more than others. But
Hmm.
what got the biggest chuckle from me watching the trailer was when they were like having the meeting at the church, and the lady's like, "Well, she's a missionary, so that's nice." But yeah, was there anything that stuck out to you guys in the trailer?
I do like I think it was towards the end of the trailer. It was like, oh, Bianca help you. She She's taking nursing
Oh
classes or something.
yeah.
But and I'm gonna go back to like for a trailer I never saw though. It was basically exactly how I would expect this trailer to be.
Uh-huh.
Not in a bad way. Like it's like, oh, this is the type of movie I expect it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I will say that upon viewing this trailer, I feel that it's slightly misleading, but
Well, that's good
I won't say more.
because I will tell you, I felt like, oh man, he gives a lot of it away in the movie or in the trailer. I'm like, so I'm glad you said that because I was like, I feel like we're seeing the movie,
Yeah.
and then there'll be the little emotional part where he's like, he bids her adieu and he like goes with the girl
Yeah.
or meets a girl or shakes her hand or whatever. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, and he puts her
Yeah.
in the closet.
Well, I do feel like the whoever made the trailer probably ran into the same issue that I do when I try to recommend this movie to anyone. It's hard to convince someone to watch a movie when like the synopsis is so this guy basically like falls in love with this sex doll
Hmm.
and they just like you just they're being nice but you know in their head they're just like checking out like yeah
Right.
I'm not watching this. um so that's probably the same challenge that people make in the trailer where they were like how do we freaking make this
Appealing.
unusual concept appealing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I would tell you the director because oh, we're going to talk about the director by the way, but like he did a movie before this, and even though he had the rights to it, just because he's like he was having trouble convincing studios, is like about the premise because he almost turned it down, but then he read it. But when he has to pitch it to people like the studios, he was having trouble getting it made
Mm,
Hmm.
because it's like, hey, it's about a guy who falls in love with a sex doll. They're like, all right, cool.
yeah.
I'm like, and they would just like move on. But
But no, there's more.
yeah, but
You
what
a
got me
fan of
really interested is,
Craig Gillespie?
oh, dude, did you see his filmography?
I Tanya, Cruella.
Cruella? I was like, and he's gonna be doing the Supergirl movie.
Mm.
Uh, I was like, all right. I'm like, I love Cruella, by the way. I was like, okay,
Whoa, there's a
and,
Cruella 2 in development.
well, yeah, but it's been in development since one was a hit,
Oh, okay.
so
Mm.
2021. But
I
yeah, so I was like, all right,
I did see Cruella. No, it was good.
yeah, like I liked it. Like I thought it was a movie I didn't see, but it won a lot of awards.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Yeah.
think mostly
It's
because
very
Cruella got me
popular.
excited, and all the stuff I heard about Supergirl, I'm like, okay,
Okay.
um,
Noted.
Yeah.
it did peak me a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Well.
Now I don't think anything stood out, but I will say the moment that probably got the most rise out of me was when he introduced the sex doll for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I think that's when it cemented in my head. I had no clue what I'm watching because I feel like I would have remembered that Ryan Gosling and a sex doll,
Yeah.
but it made me chuckle seeing the doll and him sitting right next to it. So I thought that was probably the most enjoyable scene in the trailer for me.
Yeah. I mean, I am curious what you guys will think of it. I think you'll like it. But how much you'll like it is up in the air. I know
Yeah.
it's very profound. Um, and I think that's what the trailer kind of doesn't necessarily imply imply that.
Yeah.
But it's very profound and so I won't go into it now. I'll save it for the review, but it actually it really moves me and I'll go into so come back and listen to the review because I'll be going much more into like why I do feel like it's a movie that everyone should watch. Uh
Hmm.
and be hopefully there's someone who's seen it that can convince you to give it a try because I think it's a really really special movie that yeah doesn't get enough attention. In the trailer, it said that Ryan Gosling had been nominated for an Oscar. I don't remember if it was for this role or if they were just throwing that in there as like, Oscar nominated actor. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was for this role because I definitely think as far as like showing off acting chops, now he's kind of like just a superstar who just has to show up.
Yeah, for sure.
But especially back in this time where he was doing more like independent films and wasn't quite yet. I want to say, let's see, 2007. Kevin, was this pre or post Notebook? This had to have been pre Notebook.
Yeah. It has to be, right? Hold on. When the freak did Notebook come out? I'm trying to look right here because I was looking up. By the way, he was actually nominated the year before this for Half Nelson.
That's right, Half Nelson.
Wow,
That's
how
another one
nice.
of those independent movies. So this is post Notebook.
Yeah,
Notebook
post. Oh
was
yeah,
2004.
yeah.
Wow. So he gained weight for this role.
He did the old, yeah, big time. He did the old I don't want to be typecast. It's definitely post Remember the Titans.
Yeah, I remember the time it was like 2001,
Yeah.
2002. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was for Half Nelson, but certainly this one would have merited a nomination for something as well. So
Yeah.
cool,
All
cool.
right.
Well,
Sounds good.
from what I was seeing, it looked like the movie is available on Amazon Prime,
Nice.
but also on a bunch of free platforms like Tubi, Pluto TV, the Roku channel, and then available for rent on YouTube. Fandango, $2.99 is going to be your best deal right there. But yeah, three different free platforms, so that's pretty good.
That
Um,
tells you the movie's good, right?
yeah, yeah.
Foreshadowing.
And then I won't we won't divulge, but I believe for this episode we got a surprise for our listeners, right?
I guess we're gonna. I guess this is the episode.
I thought we had agreed on that. Mark and I had agreed,
Well, I know we were doing it. I just didn't know it was this episode.
didn't we, Mark?
Nor did I think we were going to announce it.
Yeah,
I'm not.
yeah.
I'm not announcing anything. I'm teasing.
Oh, okay, okay. No, I don't think we settled on the exact next episode we were going to do this, but I do know it was supposed to be in the very near future. So
Okay, well, if you tune in to the review and it's just the same as every other episode this season, then
That's the surprise.
we chose not to do it for this one. So,
the surprise is still in surprise mode.
yeah, you'll be left in suspense a little bit longer. But hey, I'm in suspense right now, so I can relate.
We had to spice you up since you've already seen the movie.
Yeah, there you go. All right, well, hey, happy viewing, gentlemen.
Love you.
It says, the tagline on the poster says, to find true love, he'll have to think outside the box.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good. All right.
I'm going to go to the viewing room now.
Yep. To the viewing room.
All right, ladies.
Sayonara. God bless. No sign off there, fellas?
Oh, I thought.
Yeah.
All right, ladies. I thought those were my sign off. All right, ladies.
We did already.
Okay. That was
I'll catch you later, everybody.
That's a surprise. We don't know how to end this.
Oh, that's good.
the trapeze act was wonderful, but never meant to last. The clowns that passed saw me just come up with anger when it filled with circus dolls. The parking lot had an element of danger, so please remember me finally. And all my uphill clawing, my dear. But if I make the pearly gates, do my best to